Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the Jagdpanzer E100. It's the tier 10 German tank destroyer. I almost said premium there, but it's not. It's located on the south spawn of Tundra, and this one is under the command of SpybotAF. Okay, the standard armament on this tank destroyer is 17 centimeters. Yeah, similar gun in many ways to the gun you'll find on the Arty. It's based on the E100 chassis, and it's Wargaming's idea of what the Germans might have done if they'd actually created a tank destroyer based on the E100 hull. Now, he has been spotted straight away by an AMX 13105 who's doing a quick scouting run. Hasn't decided to go any further. Now, he's holding back here for the moment just in case somebody decides to land a shell in that direction, but he's also wants to discover what's actually going to happen with the enemy tanks. Are they going to go down the west side of the map? And he's seen that the Rhinocerente has actually gone that way, so he's decided he's going to go that way as well. He might have also been doing something else at the same time. I could be completely wrong, and that he actually waited there for a moment because he was typing something in or doing something else that required his attention. Anyway, you can see an E100 ahead of him and an E50M, both tier 10. It's a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it. Now, the 17 centimeter gun rather is capable of doing 1050 alpha, and it will penetrate 299 millimeters of armor, but that's with the standard AP. With the heat rounds, it'll do the same amount, 1050, but it'll penetrate 420 millimeters. So the heat rounds are really effective on this thing, but it's not a long-range sniper. It's not designed for that purpose. In fact, it's very bad at long range. You can see that the HE rounds will do 1400 alpha, and they only penetrate 85 millimeters of armor. So soft-skinned targets are very vulnerable to this tank destroyer. Okay, so he's been spotted again. The Rhinocerente, probably the one who spotted him there. He's effectively blocking those guys from coming forward, because if they do, then he's going to get into a position where he can whack them for a huge amount of hit points. Well, the Rhinocerente's decided, I'm coming forward, and now you take the hit. Look at that. 1,168, which is a high roll. It was a heat round, and he's loading another heat round straight away. The real drawback with this tank destroyer is the reload time. It's normally 24.64 seconds. You can see he's got 21, and he just wipes out the AMX M451 just like that. He's gone. Now, this 430 thinks he's clever because he's managed to get around and get behind the Jägerin. Well, the round he fired bounced off the armor, and he's out the game. Taken out in the end by TNH T-Viz51, who's helping out here. So yes, he did manage to get behind the Jägerin, but there's no guarantee you're actually going to penetrate it. There are some big cavernous doors at the back of the vehicle, and they are fairly weak on armor. Oh, he's done it again. Just destroyed an M6Y with one shot. Oh, but he took that round in the gun from a Batchat 25 ton who managed to sneak round behind our guys. In fact, now we are surrounded. We've got guys in front of us and guys behind us. So whilst he's well, he is ready to fire now, but he can put this E3, give him a big knock with one round straight into the cupola. Yeah, no problem. 1038 off that. The E3 is now weak, but he's not out of it yet. Now we'll just stop this E3 from getting to bully the TNH. The TNH gets behind him, and despite the fact that he fires right in Spybot's face, he doesn't get the kill. And there's the kill for Spybot. So that's 3 kills he's got now. And unfortunately, he just lost his TNH Viz51 teammate. In fact, now he's taking multiple shots in the rear from the AMX 13105. Each of those was a 105, but the AMX himself doesn't last very long because the Cobra sees him and takes him out instead. So, in fact, the Cobra came up behind him. So now the enemy's running away. In fact, you can see the Batchat 25 ton over there in the distance. He's trying to escape. He can't stick around, not when he's such low hit points. Especially if that Cobra still had a round spare, because then of course he would finish off that Batchat with just one round. Okay, the Leopard, yeah, not going to withstand it. Very low armor on the Leopard prototype A. Took that round, and he's collected another 1,084, which of course is another high roll. And the Batchat's decided to come back just for once. Well, the enemy team are doing better than we are at the moment, but only just. Here comes the Cobra, low armor, and he got a fire, and he blew him away. And that potentially is a high caliber, 20% of the enemy hit pool. He fired it into the engine bay, got a fire, and well, that was the end of that Cobra. Bad mistake for the Cobra, because of course they have weak armor on the hull. They have very good frontal armor, but very weak armor on the hull. So, of course, that was the end of him. And now the scores are even. There's 3 left on either side. In fact, actually, SpybotAF is quite healthy for a TD, considering how much damage he took. This particular tank destroyer does have a lot of armor, a lot of health, 2,200. The armor on the front of the vehicle is 200 millimeters, 120 on the sides and 150 on the rear. That's why the 430 couldn't penetrate him. He does have good armor on the rear of the vehicle, except for those doors. You can see where one of the shots went in. It actually hit the door. Okay, the BZ-68 is just hiding around that corner. Cobra, obviously, he's got a limited number of shells. At the moment, we're backing him up, so he can now go into reload whilst we cover him. Now, what's he doing here? Don't block the Cobra. Okay, I think Spybot wants to get to the cap to get a reset. He is a bit slow, that's the problem. It's a very heavy tank, 150 tons, and oh, he's just got another kill. The BZ-68 is gone. It's only 30 kilometers an hour top speed on this thing, very slow, 12 in reverse. So it doesn't have much ability to get from one end of the map to the other very quickly. Almost the same speed, in fact it is the same speed as the 105 LFH 18B2, and you know how slow that thing is. But now we've got a Tortoise in the cap, and he's being approached from 3 different directions, I think. Or is it, no, the standard B is up on top of the hill. Here we go, we're going to try and get a reset on the Tortoise. Oh, one shot into his side at the rear, and he's out the game. And that's the Top Gun, and the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the best game that SpybotAF has ever played in this Jaegeru. He got an ace tanker out of it, as well as a arsonist for setting fires with it. I think that was the Cobra. He set that guy alight and he burned up. He also got a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. On top of which he picked up some medals. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Top Gun for getting 6 kills in the end. Yes, he did get 6 exactly. And he got a defender as well for defending the cap and getting at least 70 defense points in the process. His win rate from that battle, 10,829, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, it's not the highest score I've ever seen for a Jaegeru. I seem to recall one of the people who actually submitted a replay to this channel, which we've put up, said had a replay with 12,000 hit points of damage on a Jaegeru. But he was really an expert player with the Jaegeru. Lots and lots of games in it. And, well, 7,502 is a very good score in a Jaegeru in a battle like this with tier 10 and tier 9 tanks. The second highest damage in the game only had 4,510, and that was the Object 780 on the enemy team. And the third highest damage in the game turned out to be the E3 on the enemy team, who managed 3,638 out of that one. When it came to kills, yep, he's got the highest on that one with 6 kills. 4 kills went to the Tortoise on the enemy team. 3 kills went to the AMX-13105 on the enemy team. The one who was very cheeky came around the back and tried to drill him full of holes. And the Cobra on his own team, who also managed to get a Leather Slaves medal for taking out enemy tanks which were 1 tier higher than himself. And he got 3 as well. And when it came to base XP, yes, SpybotAF got that one as well. He's the only player to get over 1,000. He got 1,316. Second highest was the Cobra with 999, just 1 point under a 1,000. But he did pick up that medal and 2,620 win 8, so good for him. And the third player was the E75, who managed 888, and I think he did so well because he was tier 8, and of course, the tier 9 rather, in a tier 10 game, so he was hitting higher tier opponents and gaining XP every time he did. Spybot fired only 9 rounds in the game, but every round hit the target and every round penetrated the enemy. He got 7,502 hit points of damage. Not all the shots actually gathered a full high roll or low roll, mainly because he was actually finishing some tanks off, but he did get 7 hits received from the enemy, 2 of which penetrated, 5 non-penetrations, and I think it was that AMX-13105 who was one of the lucky ones who did get a pen by shooting him in the ass. I think the other one was the Batchat 25 ton. 2,340 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 6, and he got 72 defense points when he wiped out that Tortoise right at the end of the game to get the Defender medal. So only just got the Defender by 2 points. 87,008 credits on a premium account, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away 34,262 credits profit. 35 bonds for mission achievements, 7 bonds for this being tier 10, 42 in total, 1,974 XP times 2 for the first victory, 4,935 for holding ops, at least I think that is, or completing a mission anyway, and 8,883 experience points altogether. So a very good game there by SpybotAF. He's got to go a long way to actually try and beat the highest damage score we've ever seen from a Jaegeru. But of course, that was an exceptional player, and I think he knows who he is. He has been consistently supplying us replays over the past 6 years of the channel being operational. And virtually every time he's supplied us one, it's been something superlative. But this Jaegeru game is a very good one, because at some points he was on his own, basically fighting against the enemy tanks until the rescue came from other guys who came over to assist. But yes, it was looking very sticky for a moment, but Spybot pulled it off and got a very nice victory out of it. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.